Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Bandits, the show where I take a look at a piece of art and make an argument as to why somebody would get, you know, triggered and try to ban it for, honestly, a stupid reason. So, today, I've got something that I don't do very often, a made-for-TV movie. Not only is it a made-for-TV movie, but it's a British made-for-TV movie. I don't think I've done any British made-for-TV movies yet. So, alright. My argument is really not going to be so much as the content this time around as much as the mood. The content will fit in there a little bit, but I'm going to go with mood for this one because it was the best thing I could think of. Because, it's getting really hard to make an argument for this kind of stuff when, you generally don't think about censorship. Then you force yourself to think about censorship. And it's hard. It's hard. Alright, so let's get down to it. What's so bad about this? Well, what you're looking at right now isn't exactly a good representation of what you're going to see. To really get it, let's do that, or let's see what's better. We'll have to do this. There we go. This is a much more accurate representation. This right here only represents about maybe the first 5 minutes of the movie. The rest is this. Death, destruction, misery. This is just a dark, bleak film about what life would be or could be like after a nuclear apocalypse. Several bombs go off, annihilating everything, and what's left is horrible. And who knows? This is actually my second take for this, and something I didn't mention before, which now that I'm thinking of it, hey, why not? Why not throw it in there? There might be some more positive people that might not like, a film showing what an effect of something that they think might be a good idea, nuking some people for one reason or another, Like, they might hey, maybe it'd be a good idea to, bomb some European nation that has a lot of those horrible Christians, or maybe bomb like some sort of predominantly Muslim nation like Britain. Anyways, I don't know what I was initially going on, but this film wants to kill you. It wants to drain all the life from you. So when you're done watching it, you're just this shell of a person. You're like a shambling zombie because all joy has been sucked from you. Now, there's another film with a similar premise made in the United States, I believe, or Canada, somewhere in North America, I'm pretty sure, called The Day After. Now, from what I gather, I haven't seen that one yet, but that film actually ends on a bit of a positive note. It's bleak, miserable, but there's a little bit of hope. This one, no, nothing. Nothing will. When things get better, it'll be long after the main characters have died. Like, maybe a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000 years before things get back on track, and all that nuclear fallout has dissipated, and, well, this was before Chernobyl, but, Chernobyl might be flourishing and look beautiful again and not have a bunch of mutants walking around. So, yeah. I think I made it clear enough, I guess. What do I think about this film? For what it is... Oh, wait, not yet. Before I go about what I actually think about the film, just one thing I wonder about. And if you might be interested, a little bit of research. I wonder what, some moral guardians and Mary Whitehouse would feel about this film. Especially with some of the images. Because I was not expecting to see some of the things in this film. There are several instances where, you see, bodies, including, infants in fires, and, they're, melting and all kinds of stuff. And I didn't expect to see that. I was thinking, made-for-TV movie in the early 80s. Or mid-80s, 84, right around with the whole video nasty thing was kind of at a peak, sort of, But then again, films like, Visiting Hours got aired unedited, so who knows? But that was a mistake. That wasn't really supposed to happen. But it happened, which is hilarious. So... Alright, back to what I think about this film. It's good. Don't expect escapism. Like I said before, it's a bleak, dark film. This is, for me, the most depressing film. This kind of would rank up on there, something like the most other depressing thing I think of offhand is, Requiem for a Dream. That just, makes you totally feel depressed for a month afterwards. It's one of those kind of things. It's not a fun movie. It forces you to look at things, reflect, and it's good to be challenged by films from time to time, I believe. You don't need bright, fluffy clouds and or representation of you all the time. Gotta challenge yourself. Grow mentally, emotionally, and depending on how you feel, spiritually. So, yeah. If you like really dark movies, then you might like this. If you want escapism, steer clear. But it is definitely an interesting film. And the tagline, the closest you ever want to come to nuclear war is threads. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's a pretty accurate summing up of this movie. The closest you'd ever want to get. Although, well, now we've got, video games. Post-apocalyptic, RPGs like Wasteland and whatnot, And Chernobyl. Or, the Stalker series. I suppose there's things like Fallout too. But I think the Stalker games would be a bit of a closer representation of what this would be like, except not as fun. Because you're not, going around shooting things and talking to people. You're just being miserable and dying of radiation. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, I think that's about it for this one. I've been going on for a little while. I feel like I've did a little bit better than I did on the first take, but still, it'll be a 10-minute video. Me just ranting about how bleak this thing is. And how it's still pretty good despite the fact. So yeah, Check me out on Minds for social media, and if you want an alternative source if you're watching this on YouTube, check out BitChute. And also, for a bunch of short reviews for myself and others, check out the Stardust app. And I will see all of you later. So, take care, everyone. That didn't quite go the way I wanted. Bomb explosion!